Citing an image you find online is very similar to citing a website. First, make sure you find the image that you want. So here I am on a Google search image results page. Please keep in mind you are not citing this main search result page with this really long URL. You actually need to visit the website where your image comes from. So I'll click there. And here you can see that the image is on this website. So once I find where my image comes from, I will do the following steps in Noodletools. First, make sure you're in the project that you want to be in and on the Sources tab. Click New Source. You will choose Website, and then you will choose Photo or Image Born Digital. This will give you the correct template to fill in the information you need. We may not be able to find all the information just like when citing a website, but let's see what we can find. Name of container website, that's just the name of the website where the image is. So when I go back to this website, you can see here at the top that my website title is Rare Plant, so that's what I'll use in Noodletools. They have it as one word on their website, so I'll just write it as one word. Publisher of the site, that should be at the bottom with the copyright information. Okay, notice here it says look for the copyright statement. So you go to your website where the image is, you scroll to the bottom, you look for that copyright. If you don't see one, which in this case I do not see one, you're allowed to leave that piece out. But if you do have a copyright with a company or organization that is responsible for this website, then of course include it there. In this case, I'm just going to leave it out. The next piece is URL. That is simply the web address. So I'll go back to the website, copy the URL, go back to Noodletools, and paste it in. The next piece is data publication. So I'd like to know when this website was published. So again, I would go down to the copyright, and since I don't have a copyright, I don't have a date here, that is something I'm allowed to leave out. If I had a date, I would certainly put that date in. The next date is something that I do have. You'll always have most recent date of access, which is the current date. I'll click the little link for today, and Noodletools will fill it in for me. Scrolling down, the next piece of information that Noodletools says we should look for is the artist, whoever created the image or took the photograph. Well, in this case, that is not given to us. So this is one of those pieces we're allowed to leave out. In fact, Noodletools even gives us this option with the trash can here to delete it. If you don't have the artist name, you cannot include one. Type of image, Noodletools already has it set on photograph, but if you needed to change that, you could. Title of photograph. Notice the red asterisk here. You need a title. So go back to your image and see what the title would be. In this case, I would say that the title of this image is Dark Blue Water Lily. I don't think the 5 seeds is important because that's not what this picture is of. It's of the dark blue water lily. When I go back to Noodletools, I will place it in here. Notice how Noodletools tells me that I should be capitalizing that B. So thank you, Noodletools. If you do not have a photograph title, you still need to put something in this box. So you would check Untitled, and then you would write a brief description of what the photo is of. The last piece here is the date that the photo was created or the copyright for the photo. If nothing is given to you, you can certainly not put anything there, and in this case, it's not something we have, so I would just leave that out. And then at the end, I would just click Save, and Noodletools will create my citation for me. A lot of the times, you will find that the situation is the same that we just encountered, where you're missing a lot of the information, but that is not always the case, so make sure you look for it. For instance, if you were trying to cite this photograph from the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, you would actually see on the side over here, there is a lot of information that you can use to include in Noodletools. Here's your photo title, here's your exact date of the photo, and here is the name of the photographer. So when you have a photo that has all this information, make sure you do include it.